Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another webisode of Life Talk with Shell. Now, the great thing about today, if you're watching this on Saturday morning, March 14th, it's your girl's birthday. Hey, it's my birthday. Oh, it's my birthday. Yes, happy 46th birthday to me. All right, so if it's your first time here with Life Talk with Shell, I want to welcome you to the channel. Please be sure to subscribe. Please be sure to like the video and hit the little bell down at the bottom so that you can be notified every single time I upload a video. So, listen, tonight we're going to talk about parenting grown children. Now, as I'm writing through my calendar and God is giving me these topics. Some of these topics, I'm like, Lord, you really calling me to a place of transparency, aren't you? Oh, okay then. Listen, be obedient to the Holy Spirit, okay? So, some of you guys have mastered this. Some of you all have not. Some of you, just like me, kind of in the middle trying to figure out what to do. Backstory for me, I've been a single parent all the while that my babies have been growing up. So my children are now, I'm gonna get this age right because in the last video I could think about how old my thing too was. So my children are 23, which the oldest will soon be 24 in a matter of days, and then the baby is 22, the baby, and the youngest is 22. So with me being a single parent all this time, it's just been me and them. So, they value what I said, and I could tell them what to do, just shape their lives into the direction that it should be going. And I will say, I was a helicopter mom. They, especially when they got into, junior high and things like that, probably all the time. And they called me a helicopter mom. But, the great reward of that was when they got older. I got a Mother's Day card, I think, that said, thank you for being a helicopter mom. And for those who don't know what that is, I hovered over them. I was a stalker of the parent portal in high school, all of those things, because I wanted to make sure that they were doing the things that they needed to do, being on time for class, turning in all assignments, grades are not dropping to the point where you can't get it back up. So I was doing that. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. Also, we did a lot of talking, me and my girls. We did a lot of talking. And still to this day, they'll say, Mom, what you think about this? What you think about that? But here is the hard part. When we have our children, we want to shield them from everything we possibly can. And we don't want them to be hurt. We don't want them to, we don't want them to be angry. We don't want nothing to happen to them. We would live their life if we could. However, that's not good. I remember my sister was like that with me. And if my sister could take everything away to where I wouldn't experience anything, she would. But, we know that our mistakes and our experiences shape us into the people that we, desire to be. I don't desire my children to be single parents, like I was. I desire them to find their kingdom man and marry them and live for the Lord and have children and all those good things. That's what I desire them to do. If it was up to me, I don't want my girls to experience any kind of heartbreak with relationships, any, getting fired off of jobs, none of those things, because, again, you don't want your children hurt. But what I know is it's good for them to do that. But honestly, it's just really been a really big adjustment. It's really been a big adjustment. When you think about 22 and 23-year-olds, just living their life. One is in college, one is here, and just, oh, I'll be back, or, oh, okay, I'm not coming home. Whatever the case is, it's like, wait, what? You're not gonna, like my other daughter, you're not coming for spring break? Yeah, what you mean you're not coming home for spring break? It's just an adjustment because it's been me and them for so long. It's just an adjustment. But I want to speak to the parents who are transitioning into having grown children and having them to, they're living their own lives. We cannot force them to do anything. At the end of the day, we cannot, live our life through them. We can't live their life for them. They have to go through all the things that they have to go through to do and be the people that they are called to be. And sometimes it's very, very hard for me, honestly. If I want us all to go somewhere and, I'm like, hey, let's go here. Like, oh, I had something else to do, or I really don't want to go. I'm like, what? When I used to be like, oh, everybody just get up and we just go. I put them, dress them in they same, in the same outfit, and we get in the car and we go. And now it's like, what do you mean you don't want to go? What do you mean, you can't go? What do you mean you got something else to do? What? Where they do that at? So it's very, very hard, and it's very stressful for me. It pulls at my heartstrings because it's a fine line on the things that you do. You don't want to become overbearing. You don't want to um, you don't want to close the lines of communication. You want to listen to them because they are their own beings that's making their own decisions, most likely making their own money. So you don't want to, if they ask you for your opinion on something, you don't want to feel like, that you're judging them with anything. You cannot, once your children get grown, you are no longer parenting them. You're still their parents, but you are no longer parenting them. And here's what I say, excuse me, that I've been saying lately to myself. I'm not getting stressed out over old parents and grown children. I'm just not gonna do it, And I see that, my mom and whatever, they'll be like, I don't want to do that, and mama, take your meds, do this, do this. Okay, listen, I'm not stressing out over old parents and grown children because at the end of the day, they are their own beings. You run into the fact that your boys and your girls are dating people, and they're just living their own life. They're doing their own experiences. You may want them with somebody else. They may be with that person. Whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, you just accept whatever they have going on in their life because you have raised them to be great human beings. You have instilled in them values and morals. You've helped develop their character and all of those things. So now you just have to sit back and see, if those things that you instilled in them will manifest and come out as they are because, I'm sorry, whatever is in you is going to come out. So if you have trained up your child in the way that they should go when they get older, they will not stray. Now, that doesn't mean to say that they're not going to go off and, experience things and experiment with things or whatever the case may be. But if you've raised them correctly, somewhere in their hearts, somewhere in their souls, they will remember to turn back to what you have taught them. And y'all, it's just have not been easy for me, especially with, me and my girls and, just letting them be. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that it is. So again, if you're struggling with being a parent to grown children, y'all, let it go. Especially if you got kids or grown kids who have children, you need to remember you are the grandparent, okay? You can't tell that person that your kid how to raise their kid. You cannot, as much as you want to, quit doing that. First of all, quit raising these grandchildren They're not yours, okay? They're not yours. You cannot, if you got a child who is not working and all those things and don't even want to get a job, they have a child. So you need to give some tough love and make them get up and get a job or do whatever. You can't say, well, I'm just, I don't want the grandbaby to suffer. Well, the grandbaby just gonna have to suffer. Because how will they get up and move around and do some things if you are still hindering them? You're still babying them. You're still taking care of them. They don't have any initiative to get up and take care of themselves. So you need to stop that. You cannot parent your grandchildren because your child don't, have enough motivation or won't get up and make decisions for him or herself. It's gone are the days that, and I guess I'm being contradictory because we do have to let them go. It is very hard to let them go because, again, it pulls on your heartstrings. But at the end of the day, how else are they going to learn how to fly? That's why I love, love, love the story of how the metamorphosis of how the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. He is that worm, that caterpillar thing, and then he gets into a cocoon and he stays in the cocoon, okay? And then as he's there, when it's time for him to grow up and leave that cocoon, he's fighting, 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 trying to get out. And if you take a knife or whatever and cut the cocoon out cut the cocoon and let him out before it's time, he's not going to know how to fly. So you have to, and in the sense of children, you have to know when is the right time to let them go. You have to know the right time to let them fly on their own. Now, granted, I'm not saying put them out and all of those things, because you don't necessarily have to put them out, but you do have to make them be accountable and make them, you know, get a living for themselves. They can't just stay in your house at 25 and 26 and they don't have no job. No, I mean, nobody lives for free, okay? Nobody lives for free. But it's the right time to let them go and let them experience life. Even with the birds, when the and this sound rude or just mean, when the baby bird, when the mama feel like that bird is ready to go, honey, she just kicks him out the nest. She just push him on out. Listen, you gonna fly or die. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fly or die. She just swoosh him out. And guess what, honey? That bird be like, wait a minute, let me flap my wings because I don't want to hit this ground. And she don't think nothing of it. Nothing else. All of that time she's brought them worms or whatever back to eat in that nest, and she's doing all that stuff. She starts tearing that nest down and pushing those birds out. And then we don't even really know if she ever see those kids again, those birds again. Because she have pushed him out. This is your safety nest is gone. So when we talk about being parents to older children, they are not 5 and 6 anymore. You have to let them go once they're, out of college, or even once they're in college, not 18 and 19, but once they're in college and maybe they're still their third or fourth year into college, they are learning how to be people, learning what bills are about, learning what, how to grocery shop, how to budget money, just how to deal with life itself. Because if you don't let them deal with life in the way that they feel like they can or they need to, you're going to hinder them. They're never going to learn how to effectively make decisions or even consequences of the decisions that they make if we're always bailing them out, if we're always treating them like they are little kids instead of grown children. I was looking on Facebook today and I saw that my cousin was 28 years old today. I was like, dang, 28? How do you be a parent to a 28-year-old? Y'all, I'm struggling being a parent to 22 and 23. I'm telling y'all, I'm struggling. I'm struggling, but I have to say sometimes, okay, they're not children. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. You can't make them do anything. You can only suggest that this would be good for their life, and then you have to let them make the decision. And that's why I'm really so glad that when they were, my girls were younger girls, I was just telling this to somebody the other day. I allowed them to have choices. You know, growing up, and I'm just say, growing up in the black family, you always don't really have choices. You know, you're gonna drink apple juice or orange juice for breakfast. You're gonna drink this milk. You're gonna eat this food. You're gonna do this. If I cooked it, you're gonna eat it. Yeah, I didn't raise my kids like that. I was the parent that did not mind stopping in multiple places. If one person wanted something, I'll stop. If it was not, I'm not driving 45 minutes, to in between places. But, if one of them wanted McDonald's and the other one wanted, Taco Bell or whatever, then I would do that because I'm not going to make you eat something that you don't want. First of all, because it's going to waste my money. Secondly, though, I did that, but if we were pushed for time, I'm like, hey, y'all get together, figure out what y'all can eat at the same place, because I only have time to go to one place. But when it came time for dinner, if somebody wanted a hot dog and somebody wanted a corny dog, I'm gonna cook that because that's the way I was raised too. I'm not gonna sit down and I like children to have choices. But guess what happened? When my children got older, they effectively knew how to make decisions for themselves. They felt like they had a voice to make decisions for themselves. And I think now it's backfiring on me because now that they're grown, it's like, oh, you didn't need me to do that? Oh, you didn't want to ask me, how to do that? But I've already equipped them to make those decisions. I'm their mom, and they know they can come to me and talk to me about any and everything. And it's my hope and prayer that they do. But I also know some things you just can't talk to your mom about. Some things you can't. And people, oh, my mom's my best friend. Yeah, sometimes can't talk to your mom about everything. But that's why you have your friends. But I don't know, and they'll watch this video, but I don't know if they know how hard it is for me to be a parent to to grown children. I don't know if they notice that, I step back a little bit, or I be like, my face, kind of changes when, they kind of do what they want to do. I had to ask my daughter this week, I said, when is your spring break? She's like, oh, it's now. It's now. And you're not at home. Hey, 22. She's working, going to school. She graduates in December. What am I going to do with two college graduates moving out of my house? Moving out. My daughter is moving out of my house. What? What you going to do? Moving out the house by yourself. It's just, I didn't factor in all of this. When I had those cute little, sweet little babies and, they all growing up, cute little girls and ponytails in the hair, I didn't factor in it was going to be 22 and 23. I don't know why, but I just didn't. And this video is really not, it's really not an informative video or nothing. Like, this is a different video. This is just me telling y'all, hey, this is Life Talk with Shell. My life is changing. I have grown children. Somebody give me some pointers on how to be parents to grown children. Talk to me about that. Comment, email me something, and let me know the things that you have done with your grown children. A lot of times I was like, just have to pray for them, or it's like, ugh, I don't, did I raise you that way? But they're their own beings. They are their own beings, and at the end of the day, that's what we have to respect. That's what we have to come to terms with. They forever will be your babies, but now they're grown. And, some people have grown children that have their own family. They got a wife or a husband and children and stuff. They're grown. So how do you make that transition of parenting them to being just being their parent without enforcing and telling and delegating and all that stuff that you did when they were young. How do you transition to that? That's my question today for somebody to answer for me. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I'm definitely getting the hang of I'm just gonna be going wherever I want to go. I'm like, oh, I'll see y'all later, holla. My daughter's like, you leaving on my birthday. It's like, oh yeah, happy birthday. I mean, what you want me to do? Now y'all grown. I can do whatever I want to do. But it's still hard. It's still hard when it comes to different things and just seeing them maneuver and go through life and then kind of, asking me but not asking me. So that's hard. When it's just been the three of us, the three musketeers, just us. And now they're, thank God, doing their own thing and coming into womanhood and just very beautiful women, but they don't really need mommy anymore as far as, I'm going to say, parenting them, telling them what to do and stuff like that. Right now, we're in a space of respecting one another and just letting everybody be grown. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to say tonight. I just wanted us to remember, if you're struggling with being a parent to adult children, hang in there, but let them go. Listen, y'all cannot live y'all life y'all can't live your children's life. You just cannot. So don't get involved in a drama. Don't get involved in all that. That's not for you. You're grown, they're grown. Whatever they want to accept, if they with no good women and no good men, guess what? Pray for them and move on. Move on. Your life is no longer wrapped around children once they get grown. Hallelujah. Thank God that you raised them, and whatever the case may be, I don't care if they live in your house. That drama is not yours. It's theirs. It is theirs. And if that's what they want to deal with, be my guest, honey. Just don't bring it in my house. You can do whatever you want to do out there. Just don't bring it in my house. So let these little grown children go, y'all. Let them do what they want to do. Pray for them. Move on, especially if they are wreaking havoc and causing ulcers and causing your blood pressure to go up. Don't you get stressed out over no grown children and no old parents, okay? Do not let them be who they want to be. I hope that you enjoyed the video on parenting, or shall I say, being parents to grown children. Let them go. Let them be grown. Let them make their own mistakes. Pray for them. Keep it pushing. That's all you have to do. So thank you guys for watching this video. And if you comment happy birthday, Shell, when you watch this video. And remember to like, share, subscribe. Please share with your friends. Share it on all your Facebook pages, on your social media pages. I really would appreciate it. And give me a thumbs up. I wish you guys the best day. Have an awesome weekend, and please stay safe. Wash your hands. If you're sick, stay home. Let's combat this coronavirus. Okay? All right, you guys have an awesome day.